That movie was long, 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 long. Yeah, not even exaggerating, man. This movie was stupid long. It was like 3 hours long, legit. What's good, YouTube? It's Sir Rome of RaRa, and today I'm here to review Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna have a lot of spoilers in this video, so get ready to be spoiled. I'm gonna talk about the plot. I'm gonna try to run through the plot really quick and not spoil it too much throughout the plot. But when I do my likes and my dislikes, it's definitely gonna be spoilers throughout it because I can't really talk about what I liked about it without spoiling it. And then I'm gonna rank the movie. So let's get it. All right, first thing we're gonna do is talk about the plot, which is the meats. Like Arby's, we have the meats. You feel me? All right, first thing we're gonna do, jump in, talk about it real quick. I'm not gonna do like a deep run through like I used to do for the plots. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what was going on in the movie and why each part was happening, and then I'm gonna get into the good part, which is the likes and the dislikes. So for the plot, it starts off with T'Challa's funeral. He dies from a sickness in this movie, and Shuri, which is his sister, is trying to save his life at the beginning, but she is unable to, and the king is now dead. They have a quick funeral, and then they jump straight into the movie. They go to it's like a senator meeting almost, and the queen of Wakanda is there, and a bunch of other countries and nations are trying to get vibranium from Wakanda, and Wakanda's not willing to give it up. So she pretty much shuts the whole thing down and says, I know how people are, and we've had this vibranium in Wakanda forever. We've never used it against anybody, and we know as soon as we let one of y'all get it, y'all are going to use it for war. And right at that time, some people try to break into Wakanda and get the vibranium and get completely demolished by Wakandans. And so she says, no, we're not giving the vibranium up, shuts it down, and move on with the movie. So there's a machine that's able to find vibranium, and they've been searching for it, but it's supposed to only be in Wakanda, but somehow there's some out in the ocean, and this machine finds it, and right when they find it, they go to explore it, and some different type of people, or fish people, whatever you want to call them. Spoiler alert, yes, it's like fish people in this movie. They jump out, kill all the people trying to get to the vibranium, and two of the people almost escape by getting on a helicopter, but a flying fish person flies up, slams the helicopter, destroys it. And when it gets back to the world, like what happened, everybody's thinking Wakanda did it because Wakanda don't want nobody messing with their vibranium. But in reality, it was not Wakanda. It was another nation that lives underwater. So we move on with the movie. The whole plot is pretty much Shuri is trying to save the scientists who created this device that can find vibranium, and Namor's people, which are the fish people, are trying to kill this scientist who created this device, because Namor knows that if they get to this vibranium, it's going to be a big war, and he doesn't want the vibranium to get out to the world. So you have three sides to this. You have the world, then you have Wakanda, and then you have Namor's people. And they're all in like this big, it's just a big disagreement, and nobody knows where to go with this, because Wakanda is like, they're civilized people, man. They don't want to fight. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to kill people. And Namor is leaning more to the side of we kill them before they kill us. And he's pretty much threatening Wakanda, saying, if y'all don't help us, y'all be the first ones we kill, and then we'll go and kill everybody else. But at the end of the day, we killing everybody. And Wakanda fights back, and that's the plot to this movie. All right, now I'm going to get into my likes and my dislikes for this movie. All right, let's get into the likes and the dislikes, and I will start with my likes, which is the sauce. And we call it the sauce because most of the things you like need sauce on it food wise. So we started with our meats, now we got our sauce. You don't like to eat a lot of meat without sauce. Some form of sauce, barbecue sauce, honey mustard, marinara sauce for your meatballs, whatever the sauce is. You need sauce for your meat. All right. So my first like would be I like the plot to this movie. It all made sense. It all came together well. It seems like a plot we've seen before. The princess not listening to the queen, trying to do her own thing, and the whole our people versus their people. We gotta kill them before they kill us type deal. It's a plot that we've kind of seen before, but at the same time, it's pretty unique to the Marvel universe because it touches on like it's not really racism, but it like touches on like united, like people being united and not letting outsiders in. It's like segregation. It kind of touches on segregation in a way. It's like as long as we stay away from these people, our lives will be better. If we integrate these people, things will get worse. It's almost like what Namor. That's the way Namor is pretty much living. And once he brings the princess to his place, and she escapes, and a couple of their people get killed, he's like, it'll never happen again. I'll never let anybody come here again. Nobody ever see this place, and we finna kill everybody, pretty much. So yeah, it kind of touches on like segregation in a way, not in the way African Americans were segregated, but just in the way of like isolating yourselves from other people. I really like the acting in this movie. For another light, Shuri was an amazing actor. The lady who played Michonne in The Walking Dead, she's the general in this movie. She's a really good actor. I think Angela Bassett is the lady's name, who's the queen. Always a great actor in every movie she's in. They had Michael B. Jordan in there for a minute. Killmonger reappeared. Great acting. It's all just good acting all around the board. Like you really felt it in the sad parts. You really felt it when people were pissed. Like everybody played a very good role. I can't help but think like this could have went way worse than it did, just if the acting was just not as good as it was. But the acting like really carried this movie through. If you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Another like for me would be the action. It's not as much action as a lot of Marvel movies you see, but it also didn't need like a lot of CGI to get a lot of the action across, because it's like hand-to-hand combat. It's not a lot of like powers like Thor, using lightning bolts, and it just didn't need none of the like, there's nobody that's super fast. There's nobody that's like super strong besides the Black Panther being a little strong. You know what I'm saying? But there's nobody that's like OP. So you didn't need a lot of CGI. You didn't need a lot of robots like Iron Man movies have. So it was a little more tamed in the action, and I appreciated that because the last few Marvel movies I've seen, which was I skipped a lot of them. Last ones I saw was Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home. Both of those had a lot of CGI and a lot of like big fighting scenes where they had like 10 people on screen doing different shit all at once, and it gets hard to keep up with. So I appreciated them going back kind of to the basics with the fight, like when the general fights the warrior from Namor's people. They have a spear-to-spear combat fight, and it ain't no like superpowers and nothing. They just fight hand to hand, and that shit's lit. What else did I really like about this movie? I love Wakanda. I just love the place. You know what I'm saying? It's all black people. So, me being black, I really enjoy seeing all these black people come together in a powerful way. And, they're not making the mistakes that a lot of the black people we know tend to make. Like, they're doing the right thing. They have all the power, and they're using it in the right way. And it's heartwarming. Like, it's heartfelt, like shit they got going on. It really makes you feel good to see it. And I'm sure that's why a lot of black people like go in bunches and bunches to see this movie, because it's like it's showing black people that you can be powerful, and you don't have to be the bad guy to be powerful. You know what I'm saying? They're the good guys, and they're super strongest nation in the world is what they keep saying throughout the movie. So yeah, and they're also like super intelligent too, a lot of them, because the scientists that created the device that could find vibranium, she's super smart, and she's like a 19-year-old black chick. And then Shuri is like a super smart scientist. And so it goes to show, and I'm sure like a lot of black women appreciated it, because most of the people in this movie are women, black women, and they're really strong, really smart. I'm sure like a lot of black women appreciate seeing people on screen that look like them doing things like this. So I thought that was really awesome. What else did I like about this movie? That's really like my main likes. The soundtrack was really good. They had a song by, I think his name's Burna Boy. I looked it up while I was watching, had to pull my phone out and Shazam it. Really good song. They had Rihanna with the end credit song. So soundtrack was really good. They played music at the perfect times to make you sad, make you happy, make you excited, which Marvel usually does a good job of. So yeah, I enjoyed all of that. All right, now I can get to my dislikes, which I almost wanted to write them down in the movie, because I had some that just really stuck out to me. So all right, let's get into it. My dislikes is the trash pile. And for my trash pile, I'm going to start with the scenery. And you would think I'm talking about like, oh, how Wakanda look. No, there's like parts in this movie where it's like really dark and you can't tell what the fuck's going on. And I'm watching in the movie theater, so I can't imagine how to look on my TV that's not nearly as nice as a big ass, movie theater screen. But I couldn't see what was happening, bro. Like, I'm struggling to see. I'm squinting my eyes and I'm like, are we not supposed to be seeing what's happening? Like, the first time they showed Namor, I mean, you can't see nothing. Like they're like, oh, what's that sound? And he's looking around and you just can't see shit. And a lot of times when they're like fighting, especially like underwater and stuff, it's like the camera's moving really fast and you can't tell who's got the upper hand or really what's happening. It could have just been me, but I literally was looking at this shit like, and normally I go to movies like drinking and stuff, so like, normally I'd be like, maybe it's because I was drunk. I didn't drink nothing. I went sober as can be, and I could not keep up with a lot of shit that was happening, and it was frustrating. Luckily it didn't like stop me from understanding what was going on in them, but it's just frustrating seeing shit. It's like, y'all got all this money to spend. This is Disney, Marvel. Like, come on, man, make it to where we can see it. Make it clear for us. I guess they try to make it like mysterious in a way, but I didn't enjoy it at all. Another dislike for me, and people probably gonna be like, nigga, really? But this is a dislike for me, is all of the accents. It's not just the Wakanda accents, because I understood them pretty well, but then you add in Namor and his people's accents, and then you add in the subtitles when they're speaking in different languages, and it just gets jumbled up, man. Like, I'm telling you, there's scenes where Namor was talking to Shuri, and I legit didn't know what the hell he said, bro. I was like, can we get some subtitles now? Y'all put them up when they speak in another language. He damn near speaking another language. I can't understand him. And it was important scenes. I was like, I don't even know what this dude just told them. And there was a part where spoiler alert, super spoiler alert. There's a part where Namor like threw some grenades through Wakanda's main building and drowned the queen. And he tells them, like, afterwards, like, he says, you bury your dead and mourn your losses. We'll be back in a week, or something to that standard. But it sounds like, I mean, for like 2 minutes I was like, I thought he said, you bury your dad, and I was like, her dad? What are we did they just completely mess this up, in the movie? And I had to sit there and think about it for a minute before I was like, oh, he's saying bury your dead. I'm like, okay, man, because that shit fucked me up. But that's kind of what I mean by the accents were bothering me. I was like, this is wild. Like, normally I don't care about accents, but they had strong accents and it was hard to understand them. And I also should put that as a like. They did have a lot of different races in this movie. I'm not sure what Namar's people, like what race most of them really were, but it wasn't a bunch of white people like most Disney movies are. There's a lot of black people, and then there was a lot of Namar's people starring in the movie, so I enjoyed that. But let's see, another dislike for me, and this is a big dislike for me. I didn't like this at all about the movie, but they made the Wakanda people seem super weak in this movie, man. Like, super weak. Namar's people come to Wakanda and they completely wreck shop on the Wakandans. Like, I mean, it's embarrassing really what they do. Like, Namor by himself, like, pretty much whoops their whole anybody they had that was powerful. And Baku gets punched one time and that motherfucker go flying like Superman punched him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's outrageous how bad they get whooped. They keep calling Wakanda the most powerful nation in the world, and they get their ass kicked in their own place, in their own home. They get whooped so bad that they're hiding after that. They leave Wakanda and they're hiding in, like, I mean, they're still in Wakanda, but they're not in their main cities. They're hiding like in the outskirts, worried that Namar's people's gonna come back and kill the rest of them. Like, they get whooped, and I'm like, man, come on. Like, I know, because I watched a million superhero movies. I know that the heroes have to, get beaten by the villains at first. Like, they can't just automatically beat them. I understand that part. But they did not have to make it to where Wakanda itself, like, they got whooped like that in Wakanda. It should have been like, they met on neutral grounds, or maybe in the water or something, and the fish people got the better of them. But no, they came to Wakanda, not even in the water for the most part, and whooped the shit out of, like, Wakanda got flying ships and shit, and they got their ass kicked by people that majority of the time live in the water. And I'm just like, come on, man, y'all can do better than that. Y'all can make Wakanda look better than that. Did I have any other dislikes? Oh man, the queen dying pissed me off, bro. Like it just, I don't know, man. I guess it's one of those things. But she got blasted, you know, by some water bombs or whatever, and she's underwater, and she wakes up, and she sees the scientist is down there too. So she swims, she grabs the scientist, and she pulls him back up to the water. And the next scene they show her, she just laying face down in the water, dead. And that's it. That's her death. Like, she didn't get stabbed, you know what I'm saying? She didn't fight. She didn't do anything. She just stood there by a window, got blasted by a bomb, and drowned. And that shit was whack. I was like, this is the worst death of like a big character I've ever seen in a Disney movie. It sucked. That death sucked. Yeah, but besides that, I think that's most of my dislikes. Those are the ones that were like making me squirm in the movie theater. Oh, I got one more dislike, and this is the biggest one of them all. This movie was entirely too long. I mean, it was an hour and a half too long. Like, they draw this movie out so bad, bro. I'm like, come on. Like, when is this shit gonna end? Even when you think it's over, it's not over. It's never over. It's never over. I'm like, bro, this is the longest movie there was so many scenes they could have kept. There was so much shit they could have kept out of this movie and shortened it. But they decided to put it all in there, and it is long, a very long movie. I mean, like, I took my nephew to watch it with me, and I was gonna do the review with him, but I'm not even sure how much he liked the movie because it was so long. Like, he couldn't sit still and watch it. It was like 3 hours long. This shit was ridiculous. Oh, but yeah, so they could have definitely shortened this. Like, when I went and watched the Batman movie, it was like 4 hours long. It was long. It felt shorter than this movie. This movie had so many unnecessary scenes, and every scene was just so drawn out, man. I was like, come on, let's get on with the damn movie. Like, there's so many times where you're just waiting on some shit to happen and nothing happens. They're just talking. And I get it, man. It's like, it's all about, camaraderie and, black people, and it's awesome. But goodness gracious, let's get on with it. But yeah, I think that'll do it for my dislikes. I know it sounds like I hated the movie by my dislikes, but I'm gonna get into my rankings now, and you'll figure out how I really felt about this movie. All right. For my rankings, I'm gonna I'll let y'all know how I do it. You start with S. S plus is the best you can get, and then A, B, C, D, and if you absolutely have to, you can do an F. Even though I've never given any movie an F, because I'm not gonna spend my time reviewing a movie that's that bad. So I'd probably give this movie just because it's Wakanda, you know what I'm saying? It's a black movie for black people pretty much, even though it's a Marvel movie. I'll probably give it A minus. And that's being nice. Because honestly, I probably won't give it bad. I really want to give it like a B. But I'll stick with the A minus. It's a good movie. Very long, but it's a good movie. It's not like I walked out of the movie mad or nothing. I enjoyed the movie. I had a good time with it. Took my nephew. It has some nice scenes. New Black Panther in it. Nice fighting, etc. So yeah, I give it an A minus. I wanted to be a little more critical of it, but at the end of the day, it was inspirational in its own way. So I'll give it A minus. And as far as recommendations, would I recommend this movie? Yes, I would. If you are a black person, all black people should see these movies. Not really, but yeah, if you want to watch a movie and you like superheroes, and especially if you're a black guy that likes superheroes, yes, I'd recommend this movie. If you like Marvel movies and you just want to, keep the storyline going, because all this stuff ends up tying into each other, then yes, I recommend this movie. If you are just a movie watcher who enjoys good movies and you watch action movies, etc., I will probably not recommend this movie unless you've seen the first one. If you saw the first one and enjoyed it, then yes, check this one out. If you've never seen any of the superhero movies and you've never seen Black Panther, you don't know who he is, no, I would not recommend this movie, because it's a bigger storyline behind it. It's not just this one single movie. This is a part 2. And you kind of need information to understand what's going on. I mean, I'm sure you could understand without all of that, but it probably won't be as good without all of that. So for the most part, for the general public, I'd probably say yes. Check out the movie if you got 3 hours of time. But I will say, I would not recommend you going to the movies and watching this movie. and spending your money on this movie if you got Disney Plus and you can just wait, because it's not one of those movies you have to see right now. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in it that's gonna piss you off too much if it gets spoiled, and there's nothing in it. You're not missing much if you just wait. Like, there's some movies I've seen where I'm like, bro, if I was you, I'd go check it out in the movie theater. The action won't be the same without the movies. Look better in movie theater. The soundtrack sounds so much better. But with this one, I'm like, I feel like it's one of those movies you can wait for, honestly. And I was gonna wait to watch it, but my sister wanted me to take my nephew, so I went ahead and watched it. And I've seen, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I've probably seen 100 movies in the last 2 months that I haven't reviewed, and I could easily say I've seen about 30 movies better than this one. Just random movies I watch. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done reviews on them because I try to do more movies that's like popular now, or like, just coming out. And all these other movies I've been seeing are just on, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and HBO Max. So yeah, I can say I've seen a lot of movies better than this one. This ain't no top tier movie. I don't even want to make y'all believe it is. But yeah, good movie. I recommend it if you like Marvel movies. If you want to see some black people do amazing things, especially black women, y'all go and check this movie out. And if you watch this video all the way to here, please hit the like button. You made it this far, just go and hit the like button. Leave a comment, let me know if you disagree with my review, or if you disagree with my recommendation or my rankings or whatever. Leave a comment if you had some parts you like that I didn't speak about, or whatever you want to comment. I will comment back. And don't forget to subscribe. And besides that, y'all, suck it easy.